Have you ever heard someone say, "Oh, you know photography. You could probably do video too, right?" Or maybe it's the opposite of that. "You know how to do video? Taking photos should be easy." And on the surface level, it sounds logical. Both use cameras, both involve lighting, both require composition, and both tell a story visually. But here's the thing. Photography and videography are not the same skill. They're related, and they absolutely overlap, but they are different creative disciplines with their own challenges, their own ways of thinking, and their own creative expertise. And understanding the difference matters, not just if you're a photographer or a filmmaker, but if you're a designer, an artist, or anyone working in a creative field. Because one of the biggest mistakes we can make as creative people is assuming just because two things look similar, they must be the same thing. So today we're going to break down why videography and photography are different, why they require different ways of thinking, and why respecting those differences make us better creatives. Let's get into it. First off, let's start with the biggest difference. Photography captures moments. Videography creates an experience over time. One image, one opportunity to communicate. When someone looks at a single photo, they have to understand everything that's inside the message, everything that's inside the single moment, the composition, the lighting, the emotion, the subject, the story. It has to all work together instantly. A photographer is asking themselves, what is the most powerful moment to capture? What details matter in one frame? How could I communicate the feeling without actual movement or sound? And that's a very specific creative challenge. And a great photograph, it can make you stop scrolling. It could make you curious. It could make you feel something immediately. But video works differently. Video has time. Instead of communicating everything at once, a videographer guides the viewer through an experience. They are thinking about things like, what does the audience see first? Sound familiar? And what do I want them to discover next? How do I let the emotion build? What happens between this shot and the next shot? A video is not just one image after the other. It is a sequence, a rhythm, pacing. It is storytelling through time. Think about it this way. Imagine you're photographing someone walking through a forest. A photographer might wait for the exact moment that light hits their face in a particular way. The wind moves their hair, and the expression on their face, it tells the whole story. One really strong image could communicate everything, whereas a videographer would approach the same scene in a very different way. They might start with like a wide shot of the forest. They move closer. They show B-roll of the person's footsteps, their expression, the environment around them. The story unfolds, and neither approach is better than the other. They're just solving different problems. And this is where a lot of the confusion happens. A person will look at a beautiful photo and think, wow, that person must be good at video. Or they see a beautiful video and think, wow, that person must be great at photography. And sometimes that's true. There are incredibly talented people who specialize in both, but being skilled in one doesn't automatically make you skilled in the other. It's because the way you think has to change. For example, a lot of photographers think about composition. Where is the subject? What is the focal point? How does the viewer's eye move through the image? And those concepts, they absolutely carry into video, but video adds another layer. Now you're thinking about the movement of your subject. You're thinking about the movement of the camera, the transitions, the timing, the sound, the pacing, the continuity. And yes, a beautiful frame is important, but it doesn't automatically create a beautiful video. A video can have amazing individual shots, but if the pacing feels wrong, then the whole story falls apart. And the opposite is true. A single shot could be beautiful if it's placed in the right sequence. That is the magic of video. It doesn't automatically come from what you see, it comes from when you see it. And another major difference is storytelling. Photography offers you to imagine what happened before and after the image. A photograph, it invites the viewer to create the story, whereas a video, it has the ability to show the story happening. It could introduce a character, it could build tension, create emotion, reveal information. The creator has more control over the viewer's journey, but that also comes with more elements to consider. A videographer isn't only thinking visually. They are thinking about things like audio, music, dialogue, timing, editing, the relationship between all these elements. And this is why it's so important to respect creative specialties. Sometimes we accidentally reduce jobs because we only see the final product. We see the photograph, we see the commercial, we see a finished video, but we don't see all the tiny decisions that happen behind the scenes. And I think that's something we could take away across the board in all creative fields. You guys always hear me say it on this channel. Graphic design is not just about making things look pretty. Photography, it's more than just taking pictures. And videography is not just recording things. Illustration is not just drawing. Every creative discipline, it has its own knowledge, techniques, and ways of thinking. And honestly, that's why I feel so blessed to be part of this creative family. There is overlap, of course there is, but that by no means doesn't make it all the same. Learning different disciplines, it can make you a stronger creative, but by learning something, it doesn't mean that the original discipline was simple. It's kind of like learning another language. So if you're someone who works in photography, videography, or some other creative field, I hope this video reminds you that your skills have value. And if you're someone hiring creatives or collaborating with creatives, or just learning about creativity, I hope this helps you understand that these roles can't be treated as interchangeable. Because when we respect the differences between creative disciplines, we appreciate them more. Photography freezes the moments. Videography guides us through a story. Both are powerful, both are creative, and both deserve to be understood. But okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, subscribe for more just like this, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!